What's up, y'all? So I've been on just this kind of crazy tear in the last 24 hours building out these specific systems for guest feedback. So specifically, how we can build in micro net promoter score surveys into every little interaction, or as many interactions as is tasteful and as possible. So when you think about it, so like guest says, okay, well, I want to go to, I want to find a margarita near me. They go to they go to their Google Maps and they find the nearest margarita. They're like, okay, cool. Well, do they have gluten-free options, or do they have some sort of a question, or they're calling to make a reservation, right? And so they call the number that we give our clients and say, okay, here's your number. And when people call in, they have, let's say, four options. Do you want to talk to a person with guest services? And then once that happens, the call comes in. It's routed to any number of people that are working at that time. So there are like business hours, and then there's service hours. And so we route the call to the people that are working at that time, and they may be on the floor in the restaurant at that time. But in any case, you're going to get a person on the phone if it's at all possible. In the rare occasion that that person is busy or can't talk to you, then they're always going to get a text back immediately. And so what we're doing is we're saying that if that call is connected, we want to know the quality of that call. And so we can record that call, and we can find out what happened later, or we can get immediate feedback within 30 minutes of that call. And so what we're doing is so the caller comes in, they talk to a person, and they get an answer or they don't get an answer, but we don't really know what the feedback is. So we want to immediately send them a text saying, like, on a scale of 1 to 5, how was that call? Like, did you get what you were looking for? 1 is like, this person was a dick. I was like, I'm not happy with the outcome of this call. And then 5 means that this is an exceptional service and I got warm and fuzzies and, oh my God, take my money. So with that single digit response, if they say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then we're going to automatically issue what we're points to that person that served that customer as rewards points that for an internal gamification system to show people how well they're doing, right? And to give them benefits for better service and faster service. And I know that this is kind of being done in other ways, but this is I've just automated it in a way that connects Google Sheets with a point accumulation system. And then what you do is you say, like, if you accumulate 500 points, then you are going to get a benefit from this particular person, or we're going to send you on a trip, or we're going to take you out to dinner, or something like that. Something extra special for just being in a good mood all the time. And so this kind of stuff, this is in addition to the Q12 survey. I'm not sure if I talked about the Q12 survey, but the Q12 survey is a famous survey that just basically allows people to communicate whether or not they feel meaning in their work, whether they feel like they're appreciated, if their needs are being met at their job. And so that is a regular survey. And then with this integration now, I'm going to be able to quantify on responses. So these are binary responses: yes or no, agree, disagree. And from those responses, we're going to be able to get a sentiment score on the teams. And so connecting this data with a visualization element like Data Studio or something else like that, it may just be as simple as a pie chart. But we're going to be able to tell the managers and leadership of a bar, restaurant, of a group, exactly how well the staff is doing, or how much they like their jobs. And there are numerous studies that discuss how somebody feels in any particular day, if they have meaning in their work, how well they serve their customers. And never is it higher than in hospitality. If people hate their job, you can't not tell what's happening when somebody hates their job. And so this solves for that. It gives the management real-time results and real-time understanding of how well they're doing as far as keeping their staff happy, because this is a customer service approach first. So this is customer first hospitality, where the customer is empowered to give you feedback at every step, at every stage of their journey, or not. It's their prerogative. We can't force them. And then we want to make sure that not only are they satisfied and happy with their experience at the thing, but we also want to make it available for them to tell other people if that's what they want to do. But first, we have to make sure that they're happy, and so this gives them a number of ways. And in some cases, we can tie this to incentives if we wanted to. Although we don't want it to be contrived, we don't want it to be like we don't want them to be fake positives, because that would completely destroy the entire meaning of the system. We want people to be genuinely happy and serve people genuinely from the heart, but we also want them to be rewarded for that. But we don't want it to be gamed in a way that makes the results not believable. So this is the kind of stuff I'm working on. It's like super, super, super cool. Super cool. My nerd brain is tingling and firing on all cylinders. I'm getting into these weird flow states where like an hour will pass. Like I'm like worried that it's like 10 o'clock in the morning and I have to pick up my kid up at 2. And I have to like make sure that I don't miss that, because I get into these flow states where I'm interconnecting these systems, and I'm like kind of placing myself in the mind of not only the server but also the manager, the GM, the owner, the accountant, the HR rep, and all these other personalities, and then building these systems around what their objectives and their agendas are, and to make their lives as easy as possible. And every time I build something, I think of something new to build that further eases the burden, so that it's not mechanical hospitality, but all the things that should be automated are automated. And that way people can focus more intently on what is happening right now and how do we make this person happier while they're here. And so like the next big thing is probably going to be service recovery, where I like articulated an entire service recovery plan and make sure that we are covering our bases with each service recovery opportunity, and it is an opportunity, because if you recover somebody, if you bring somebody back from hating your place into loving your place, they will love your place forever, because there will be a time in their mind when they remembered when they didn't like you, and then they will remember why, and then how you overcame that with them, and that creates this kind of bond. So that's the next big thing that I'm excited about working on, and that's going to be a pipeline with automations and all this other stuff. But it's ultimately going to be geared towards listening and taking feedback, implementing action on feedback, and then communicating that action to everybody in the team to make sure it doesn't happen again. And this is the kind of stuff that, again, just doesn't get done. So this is the exciting work for me. I don't know, I'm very grateful right now. It's absolutely insane. So that's all I got for you today. I'll see you next time.